desktop. Yes. So today, what we're gonna do it's how to make the latest technique from zircons and the double screw metal technique. Some of you already know what is it because it's an old technique. But finally, zircons find out the right workflow uh, to create the same technique but full digital without any manual part. So today we're gonna see how it works and how to arrive on that final reconstruction. My name is Sergio Polisi. I'm a dental technician from 11 years. I'm from Italy and I work in zircons since 3 years now. So I work in the dental laboratory in Bruneck in South Tyrol, like a dental technician for showcases, real cases, and also research and development. And that's why we created this. We develop some new technique like this one that I'm gonna show you today. Uh, so I want to introduce you with a double screw metal. Why it's so important, this technique, for all the people that doesn't have any kind of idea um, about this technique. The double screw metal, it's another sealing thread directly to the bar for that kind of cases uh, where the original implant inclination is too divergent. So we need to correct that inclination to make a new sealing thread and new screw channels to to cover, you know, the original uh, the original screw channel. Another reason why it's so important is double screw metal technique. It's also because the work is gonna be much more easier to clean, to be aesthetic and keep a good hygiene, so a good health of the oral mouth. And now I'm gonna show you nothing after the milling. The thread it's pretty precise and pretty cool. And the screw it's provide also from zirkonzahn. So you need just to have the latest version of the Modelier, and also you need to buy the special screw from zirkonzahn that is called double screw metal screw. This is how it looks like, the final restoration of the bar. And then I'm gonna show you the live demonstration. So let's start. I already prepare the archive. The first things that we have to take care before to start any kind of work, it's making a works on a new setup, because it's so important to make the setup. Before to make the bar, we need to know already where we have to put on the right position the setup, the teeth. That's why it's so important to create the setup before to make the bar. So the first thing is making a setup like a walks up, like this one, for example. Okay, this is a setup that's I made it already. So we need to know where have to be our teeth. I created this kind of work. And then when we created something to like this, okay, a new setup, we can create a new archive treatment that is gonna be the bar treatment. You can see I use the bar pillar and bar segment. Bar pillar just on the implants, implants teeth, implants implant positioning. In this case, we have the 13, 11, and the 23. The rest, it's gonna be the bar segment. Then we're gonna just save it and open the modelier, and then we're gonna create this this bar. Okay, doesn't matter. You know, the I already created the bar because the main topic is not the main topic of the webinar is not how to make the bar. It's just how to use it correctly, the double screw metal. So this bar, it's already finished. So I have just to press apply and go next. Then I have the latest step, that is the free-forming part. In this step, it's very important to smooth all the angles from the bar, because when you're gonna use the zirconia on the top of the bar, you need to make sure that you don't have any kind of angle, because the metal angulation of the bar can create some cracked directly to the zirconia. So I advise always to make smooth all around the angles of the bar like this. So then I'm gonna press next and arrive to the final step, when the software will merge completely the new bar. Okay, like this. Here we have the original screw channels of the implants, as you can see. So then we need to create a new one, because if I charge the 0 here and the screw channel, this is the original one. Obviously, I don't like to use something to like this. I don't want to keep it, this original screw channels, because you can see I'm gonna have a very vestibular screw channel here. And then also on this canine. So what I want to do, I want to create a new a new um a new channels with the double screw metal. How? In this step, in this stage, we're gonna press laser melting and 3D printing. So then it's gonna be save the merge all together. And then I'm gonna press freeform restoration. Freeform and restoration, in this step, you don't have to change anything else. You have just to press create and modify attachment here on the bottom. That's why it's so important to have also the module activated with the attachment. Here we go. When you open the attachment window, you're gonna looking for into the attachment milling section. You have the zirkonzahn DSM, is this one, and inside you're gonna have two different button here. One is it's the DSM M2 screw, and the second one is the visualization. I'm gonna explain you better which is the difference between both. The first one is for the bar, and here is how it looks like. We have exactly the same size of the screw that we're gonna use it with a double disc that can detect exactly the right position, the advised position of the screw. I want to explain you better. If I press OK, I'm gonna charge this one here, and how you can see, I have the screw channel visualization with a screw here and the two limits. How you can see here, we have minimum, first disc, minimum, and maximum, this one. Why it's so important, this two disc? Because I want to explain you one thing. If I decide to if I decide to put the disc like this, the screw like this, I don't have enough space for the double screw to get screw inside of the thread. If I put this one too much, I don't have enough space for the seating, for the yeah for the seat part of the zirconia. Okay, so that's why the best place for the screw, it's gonna be around this place, this two disc, between these two discs. So that's why I'm gonna take care of the situation of the situ. Gonna change the inclination. Use the view also. Then I have the new visualization of the screw channel. I can change the inclination as well and move it. You see, it's very easy to see exactly how it looks like. See? So now the best place it's here, the maximum that you can. Then now check it again, how it looks like. Maybe we can just change it a bit. You see, like this. Here we go. This is gonna be fine. So now what I have to do is just press apply here. And here we go. We have the new screw channel that's come up. Now we're gonna do it another time. Like here, for example. Using view. Same things here. Here we go. That's perfect. C2, checking if the screw channel is on the right position. And then again, apply. We have the second screw channel, the new one. And then, gonna have this one again. Same things. I'm gonna leave all the questions at the end, guys. Just to don't make any kind of mistake during the webinar. At the end, I'm gonna reply at all your questions. So then, C2, again, this is too close probably, so I'm gonna correct the view. You see, here we go, that's fine. C2 again. Yes, here we go, that's perfect. So I'm gonna apply, and then we have 3 new double screw channels. So what is important to know in this step, you are not allowed to change, to freeform this bar. Why? Because the attachments give to the bar some coordinates information that's the nesting needs to make the right strategy. If you touch something here with the add and remove tool, you're gonna lose this kind of coordinates, and the nesting doesn't recognize anymore the thread, the thread. So don't touch it anymore. Okay, so just press finalized. Okay, finalized, and then you're gonna press nesting to open that things into the nesting. I want to show you how it looks like inside of the nesting, the screw channel. Just a few seconds of patience. That is okay. Okay, when you okay, gonna show you. Yeah, always looks like this is the bar that we design it, and how you can see we have the original screw channels 1, 2, and 3 with a degree, and we have additional blue arrows on the new double screw holes. Okay, if I press the right click of the mouse, so if you see here, we have the DSM M2. This is the right reference code that we have when you're gonna use the double screw metal. You see, diameter DSM M2. You're gonna check it, all of them, diameter. So then, when you in this step, you don't have to do nothing. The software recognize the DSM, so you have just to save and start CAD/CAM and start the calculation of the bar. So after all, you're gonna have the CNC that is looks like this. Gonna show you that you have that's UG, that is this one, the new burr that is allowed just to make the screw channels, the new screw channels of the double screw metal. You see, if you don't have the 2G, you are not allowed to make this technique. Then when you finished to mill the bar, you need to make the second structure, right? So what is important to do in this step? If you remember in this step, when you make the bar, okay, you have the attachments. Wait a second. Okay, you see here we have to save this screw channels, because these screw channels we gonna import it one by one to the secondary structure, because I need to create another archive treatment with the anatomic workshop this time. I just need one of this because I need to adapt the whole workshop, the whole setup into the bar. So now, if I open this this new treatment, I'm gonna have something to like this. I have the model that it looks like you know, with a bar. How you can see here, I have put some wax on the top of the screw channels, and then what I have to do, okay, it's create one margin around the bar, adapt my new wax up, and then I'm gonna head with connection, add the remove scan object, the generic visualization. Do you remember in this step, if I go back to the freeform, and I go back to the attachments, do you remember we have the visualization, the second one? So we need this to make the holes of the superstructure. And now I'm gonna show you how. Okay, here we go. We are here with the generic visualization of the screw channel. So then I have to merge and save the restoration. Laser melting, again, always laser melting, it's so important on the final step. So all you can see, we have the work adapted to the bar, but we don't have yet the new screw channels. So now, using the generic visualization here, I'm gonna open the freeform restoration again. Freeform merge reconstruction. And then what I have to do is create a modify attachment again. Go back to the zirkonzahn DSM. This time I'm gonna use the DSM screw channel, so the second one. Then I'm gonna accept it, cut, and I'm gonna use the matching. What I mean, you're gonna a second, I need just to move this one here, okay. I have this triangle that's very similar. It's the same shape. So what I have to do, using the matching here, I'm gonna press 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. I'm gonna fit points and best fit. Wait a couple of seconds. That's gonna make the right matching. Okay, this is kind of perfect. Yeah, you see. So then I'm gonna apply. And now if I check, I have the screw channels, the seated of the screw channel. This is just the first one, okay? So now let's continue with the second one. Here we go. Matching again. 1 and 1. Second one here. And then the last point. So fit point again and best fit. Again, fitting is perfect again. And press apply. And this is the second one. You see? Easy. Again, the last one. Matching. Same points. Fit points. Best fit. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it worked perfect. Then apply. Easy. So now what you have to do is just press apply. Apply again to confirm all your changed. And then you're gonna have the new screw channels holes. You see, it's perfected fitted. So then what you have to do, open again the nesting with a new reconstruction. And here we go. You have the screw channels. Obviously, guys, you need to help the software the nesting, to orientate it on the right way, your work. Okay, you need to move it if it's better for the milling machine, if it's more easy for the milling machine with the new inclination. Obviously, I put it on that inclination. It's the new DSM, the new screw channel, but obviously you can put a bit more on the gingiva area. But obviously, if you change the inclination of the screw channel, you need to make sure that the nesting and the milling machine are um, allowed to make easy that kind of mill process. Okay, so just make sure of your right inclination during the nesting placement. Okay, then um, let's continue with the presentation because we have the last part of uh, of the webinar. Some of you can ask you can say why you know it's so difficult to make a thread, but the reason why we are allowed to make that kind of precision is because the milling machine from zirkonzahn, they are very precise. That's why I'm going to introduce you this kind of video that explain you some example about that kind of high precision of the milling machine. So you can see, we can create a very amazing CNC. That's why we allow um, to produce with a high precision this kind of thread directly to the bar with the Titan and chromo cobalt. And we are not allowed to make it in zirconia for obviously reason. The zirconia needs to be sintered. So that kind of milling process we we are not allowed to do it with that material. We are allowed just to make it in metal, so all the metals. And if you want to make it into that zirconia, you can, but just manual. We have a special technique, a special kit that you can find directly to the to the website, but it works without using the milling machine. You can do it directly to your hands with your hands with the sintered zirconia. What you need to make this technique is just a 2G burr, the new one. We sell it for the Titan and for the chromo cobalt. That's it. And then you need to buy also the double screw metal. Um, this visualization is wrong because there doesn't exist any kind of tie base for it. You just need the screw, so it's gonna be easy and for you to find out what you need for it. And you need a screwdriver as well and the torque ratchet branch. So because you need to know exactly what kind what Newton torque uh, you need to put to screw correctly into the mouth. Because if you use too much power, too much strength to torque the screw, you risk to broke the zirconia. So make sure to use the right Newton torque for the screw. So guys, the webinar is done. So I think this is the right moment to make any kind of questions about what we saw today. And Sorry, what did you say? Ah, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Pete Wets, make a questions into the chat and say, can they be placed at any angle or need to be parallel to each other? Uh, doesn't matter if they are not parallel by each other. You can put in every place that you want. What you have to make sure into the nesting placement, you have to make sure that's not gonna be too difficult for the milling machine to make that kind of holes. Okay, uh, it's just the nesting process that is very important for the angulation. Just to let you know. No, absolutely not. We advise to use just a fit checker. It's a kind of silicone that's the dentist already know. Just to because you need just to make sure anything going through between the bar and the zirconia. Okay, so it's like a silicone. Okay, you don't need to use any kind of cement. Don't cement. Uh, it's just the silicone. This is called fit checker. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you into the website, to the Google one. Wait, fit checker. It's this one. Yeah, this one. We advise to use this one. Fit checker advanced. This is perfect. So when you before to screw the zirconia into the bar, okay, you have to use this fit checker, okay, fill up all the spaces between them, okay, and then you're gonna screw the zirconia directly to the bar. You don't need nothing else. Um, Sorry, what you say? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. All the milling machine, they are allowed to make the double screw metal technique. Just one milling machine is not anymore allowed to do it. It's the M5 with a small spindle. Okay, you need to have the 6 millimeter burr to make it. That's what you need. Okay. Uh, Pete again say, are you able to torque directly into the zirconia as the secondary structure? No inclination over torque. Pulping be more suitable. The thing is, I advise to leave that part directly to the doctors. When you buy the screw from zirkonzahn, we give you all the right information about the right Newton torque. So you have just to give that information to the dentist, and then they have just to follow. If they make some trouble in that part, I advise to give that responsibility to them. Okay, because they need to fit properly and with the right workflow, with the right protocol. Um they have to do it. We cannot do it um, in into the lab. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. There is any other questions? Anything that can be useful for you guys? Thanks to you, Pete. Thank you very much. If you have uh, other question in the future, you can just call the support and yeah, all the people here in the super, they know how it works properly, so they know how to help you on the right way. So yeah, you're very welcome, Paul. Thank you. Oh, great. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that. You too, my friend. Ciao. Bye bye.